Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm back for the next card in the hashtag ABCJLC, which is a challenge hosted and created by the lovely Jodi over at Jodi Lewis Creations. As always, I will leave links to her video, to her channel down below. Go check her out. I know many of you have decided to join in, so I'm super excited about that. And today we have letter E. So the prompts for E are embroidery floss, love it, 8, random but fun, emboss, perfect, and the bonus is egg, and I'm going to be able to fit all of them on here. Now I've already done a bit of prepping because this bit is messy, but what I've done to start with, as you can see, half of my index card has got gilding flakes on it. So to me, that's not exactly embossing, but it's that shine. So these are the Cosmic Shimmer Glimmer Flakes. These are the Autumn Leaf ones. Autumn Leaf ones. Do they have any other number? It's just this. Anyway, I've had this for years. Look, I'm only halfway through the pot. A lot of it's crumbs now, or dust, but still. Love these. And I'm going to emboss this, so I just have a Sizzix embossing folder here. Doesn't even have a name on it, but I'm going to, sometimes I like to work out which that's going to push up. Yeah, I'm going to emboss just this half of my index card, so I am going to go and do that and I'll be back. So this was a technique that I tried a few years ago for the either Junk Journal January or Junk Journal July last year, and I absolutely love it. If you use gilding flakes and then you use an embossing folder over the top, you get this gorgeous, doesn't that look like real metal? Love it. Like I said, I don't have a name for that folder. It doesn't have one, it's just an old one that I have, and it's actually one of my favorites. So we have embossed. I was wondering about, I don't know if I'll like this or not, but we're going to do it. I'm just going to gently rub an emery board over the top to kind of give it more of a distressed look. So we've still got the embossing and the gilding, but it's going to bring, you see how this one looks more distressed than, say, these ones? It just helps to give it that distressed look that I think is going to work well for this card. Yeah, that's good, good, good. I will be inking all around it. That's not the only embossing we are going to do. I also have a number 8. Can't find my other sheet, so do you know what? We'll use this one. Now, this was a freebie that I'm sure was a Louisa Heinzel. If I can find it, I'll link it, but I really don't know if I can. And do you see how it's got this kind of distressed look as well? I'm just going to go around this in some walnut stone. I want to use some of the Tim Holtz Field Notes, which are CMS 369 or 3, I don't know, I'm trying to read it backwards, I'll tell you afterwards. And I'm going to get some of these on here. Oh my gosh, I feel like they're stickier. I'm just going to do it over this like so, and this one, and I'm going to heat emboss. I was going to do a resist technique, and then I thought, let's try something a little different that I haven't done for a while, because I like that. So we're going to do lots of these, just some numbers on here. This one does actually have an 8 in it. So I'll do that down there. Yep. I'm just doing random things on here. Nothing in particular. I just want some interest on the number 8. So yeah, I just want to do that. Okay, and now I'm going to use the only glaze that I have, which is the Distress Embossing Glaze in Vintage Photo, TDE 71037. And I'm just going to pour that all over this. See where it sticks. It doesn't have to stick properly because, again, see there's nothing there. But that's okay. There's some numbers on some bits of it. So we've got two types of embossing on here. I actually watched Jodi's before I did this one. Just because I had time to watch the whole thing. I don't normally watch anyone else's. I normally watch the start of Jodi's and get the prompts and then watch the other when I've done mine. But I got caught up in it because it was a gorgeous card. Let me just use my heat tool to emboss this. So there we go. That's been embossed with the glaze that you can just kind of see on there. So for egg, when I was going through my scraps, my vellum scraps, I came across, do you remember when Tim Holtz did the 12 by 12 sheets of vellum? How much did we love them, guys? I miss them so much. But anyway, I found a scrap of one and it has eggs on there. So, you know, that will work for me. And I'm literally just going to glue that onto my piece. That's what I'm going to do. I need to cut it first. But yeah, I was very happy when I came across that. And I had a couple of full sheets not even used out of that pad. Part of me wants to hoard them because, well, I haven't seen a vellum 12 by 12 in, must be a couple of years now. But I also want to use them because they're just so beautiful. Excuse me. My other half is very poorly at the moment, and I have a horrible feeling I may be coming down with it too. So another reason I wanted to get this video and a couple of others done, and that way hopefully if I am poorly you guys will still have something to watch even if things are out of order. We shall see how it goes. Oh, he's so poorly. I don't know what it is that he's got, but yeah, so that's not great. And we have our son with us at the moment, and we had all these plans to do with him and places to go and things, and that's all fallen through. So yeah, well, it can't be helped. It's one of those things. If you can hear that in the background, that is my cat at her scratching post. Because obviously I'm filming, so they've decided it is now time to come down and cause havoc. Yeah, of course it is. This is interesting because I'm trying to glue it onto gilding flakes. It should work because this cosmic glue glues most things, including metal. But I don't know if I've used it on top of gilding flakes before, so there's that. I can stitch it, but an embroidery floss is one of the things. So, oh, I know what I wanted. Let me see if I've got anything in my little scrap bowl. I definitely wanted some cheesecloth or something behind this. I feel like I'm... It feels like I'm almost copying you, Jodi. I'm not. This was in my mind. I knew as soon as I saw it. But, yeah. And we all know I love cheesecloth. And I'm probably going to put some, what's the word? I might just have a little bit of cheesecloth. Right, so I want the 8 on here. And then I have some cogs and just different bits and bobs that I have. Like some of these Tim Holtz ones, I don't really use these ever. So I thought, do we want to put one of these on here and give it a kind of industrial feel? This one's got the 8, so we could do it sideways and have another 8. I mean, it's 80, but it's still another 8 on there. I think I prefer the black one. Do you know what I don't like though? Say it with me, guys. I don't like how perfect it is. It's just, it's too much. It's too perfect. Let me grab some sandpaper, if I can find it, with all the moving around that I've done. Ha, got it. Literally just some normal sandpaper. And you only have to do this side of it. Yeah. See? I much prefer that. And that also means I can cut this in half and keep the other half for another project. And this then can have walnut stain around it. And this will go on here like so. And then I've just got this little piece. I don't know what this is. It might even be from a digital. We're going to do like almost a little grungy cluster with the 8 as well. This is too perfect as well. Oh, can't stand it. So yes, I'm trying to get, I don't know how many I'll get filmed. I really don't. I hadn't planned to do this. Normally I plan all my filming to do in one day. And so I'm feeling all out of sorts because I may need to film more and sooner than I thought. So, I don't know. Oh dear, it has been a couple of weeks. Let's just say that. It has definitely been a challenging couple of weeks. And as I said, I was so looking forward to having my son down and we could do some things and go some places and just have him home. And instead, he's kind of hiding out, trying to avoid getting ill, which is understandable. He does actually have immune problems, so he's trying to avoid getting ill. And we're just not getting to do as much as we would like to, and I have to work out how we're going to get him home, depending on especially if I fall poorly. So it's a thing at the moment. I'm just, as you can see, layering up some cogs. I think I just kind of want that and then some cheesecloth behind it. I did have like this little hat as well, this little like steampunky hat. I think that's too much. I don't think we need that. Right, let's start just gluing some bits and pieces down. And then we're going to do some stitching because obviously I need to do some stitching on here. So yeah. I've been just mainly kind of collaging and inking a little bit, but I'm really thinking now I need to start thinking about doing more kind of techniques as well. That might be fun. Inking and embossing and all that. I mean, they're going to come up on this challenge anyway. There's going to be different techniques at different times. Do you know what I haven't got on here yet, guys? Did you tell me? Were you shouting it? I have not got on here yet my little tab that's going to have the E on it. Let's move all of this. Let's have a look in my tabs. I like the one with the number on, and I can still put an E on there. I've got a plain one that I could do instead. So yeah. But I did like the grunginess, and I don't know, I've just been in a real collage mood lately, so that's what I've been doing a lot of. And now I'm thinking, let's start playing. I think as well, part of the problem was that because I've been decluttering, I've just wanted to do things that are easier and that I don't have to overthink too much, so that as I'm tidying and putting things away, like I'm not pulling tons of stuff out to get in the way of the actual decluttering. I've still got loads to do. I keep saying this, so I apologise, but I've got everything in the box it's meant to be in. But I'm going through the boxes now, and that is a challenge, let me tell you. I'm in the process of going through my stamps at the moment. And again, I am trying to be quite ruthless with the stamp situation, because there's a lot of stamps I don't use at all. I don't use as many stamps as I should. I have a lot of stamps, especially as I used to get a lot of magazines and things. So you would get free stamps with those. But the problem is, oh my goodness me, I just don't think I'm going to use them. And there's no point keeping stamps that I really don't think I'm going to use, even if they're cute. There's just no point. They take up so much space. And I just need that space. So I'm trying to be quite ruthless with myself. But I've only just started on the stamps. And I'm starting putting a new journal together. I just finished one, which you'll be seeing a flip through of soon. And I'm starting work on another one. This is the year of getting back into journal making. I feel like that definitely needs to go over there. So I haven't been pulling out as much of my mixed media stuff, just because there's already enough chaos around me. But now I'm thinking, actually, it's probably about time I do start pulling some more out. I don't want to cover that egg up, so we want that one under there. So let's do that. And also I've got a smaller one that's got to go on top. And I must remember the embroidery. Must remember that. But it's been a long time. Well, I think the last one I made was maybe last, I want to say October. Maybe it wasn't quite that late when I made a big journal, because the one I just finished is a small journal. I've never really made a journal the size of the one I've just finished. So that was interesting and fun. Do you want the cheesecloth? Kind of want it. Do I want the cheesecloth? That's what I'm now wondering. I feel like down there, do you know what? Let's cut it. That might help me. It's not reaching the places I want it to go, so I'm just going to cut it. Yeah, so I'm just trying to organise while still crafting, and it's not always the easiest thing to do. But I want to start getting more of my mixed media stuff out, and I really need to build up my glazes. I think I've said it before. I just need more of the Tim Holtz embossing glazes. That's what I need. I love the fact that they're more translucent. I don't know why, but that cheesecloth on that 8 is making me think like it's got a Mohican. It's making me giggle a little bit. Oh, I do have the strangest kind of ideas in my head. Right, this one needs to go on, and we are going to use a brad, 2 brads on here as well. So we're going to do, I want that over. It does mean the hole's going to be in a slightly wrong place, but I am okay with that. I'm wondering if I also want a little cog over on this side of the 8. I know that's already stuck down now. I could cut it or have it on top of the 8. No, because I'm going to put a word on, so we're not going to do that. I'm wondering about bringing in a slightly darker colour just there. Yep, I like that slightly darker colour just there too. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to get our embroidery floss on here. Let me stick this down first, then we can start embroidering. Well, I think I'm just going to do, I was going to do a running stitch, but I think I might do, or even a double running stitch. But I think because of the type of thread I'm going to use, I think I am going to do crosses. It's my favourite thing. You would have seen me doing them a lot. So, sorry if you're a bit bored of that, but that's my style. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to have the, oh, I'm covering up the rest of that vellum, but it had to go on and I just have to be okay with that. So the embroidery thread I have is a metallic Madeira number 4 colour 4004. So that's what I'm going to use now. Because it's Madeira, you can't divide this like you can normally with what's it called, embroidery floss. You can normally divide a skein by 6. You can't do that with this kind of metallic thread. So it's just going to be the one, and we're going to be okay with that. And I'm thinking, or I was thinking, of doing crosses all up there. That's what I'm thinking. I wanted to do a fancier stitch, but again, I wasn't expecting to do this today. So we're just going to get it done. Now I have to thread this with fading light and a small eye on my needle. Okay, let me do that. All right, I just needed to see that a bit better, to be honest. Now, where is my pokey tool? There it is. I knew I had my pokey tool out, so yeah. But I hope you're all doing okay. It is lovely when you guys tell me how much you're enjoying this challenge, or that you've been inspired to take part. Yeah, it's fun. And I'll be interested to see what other techniques are kind of crop up. I'm wondering about doing 2. That doesn't feel very flat. I'm wondering about doing 2 maybe here. Let's do that. So, yeah. I could have done it across the 8, couldn't I? Oh well, too late now. I could do this one across the 8. No, I want them. Do I want them? Let's do it. Let's just do it. We'll have one much larger and one smaller. That's okay. Not a problem. So let's start this. It's right in the holes. Thankfully, it's not on the words. I didn't even think about that, to be honest with you. Honestly, I barely got any sleep last night. My other half was so poorly. He was up all night. So I was up with him, and then it just worked out better for me to come downstairs at silly o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I just couldn't get back to sleep after that. So I am tired. But that's okay. He just needs to sleep and rest. Right, so we're going to do this, and then I'm going to cut it, even though metallic threads really do fray much easier than usual embroidery threads. Normally I would use a wax on it and run my thread through my little wax block. But that's all over with all my cross stitch stuff, and that's not near my table. So we are making do right now, and that's just what we're doing. So I feel like I'm saying, I'm starting to wonder about meals. So I'm making something today that I know we will have leftovers for tomorrow, just in case I'm too poorly to actually cook. Trying to plan ahead with everything, making sure we've got everything in the house that we need and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, And then we've got our daughter down this weekend for about 4 days. So I need to let her know that we are not well, that he's not well. I'm really hoping that it passes me by. We can but hope, can't we, guys? Because not only do I get very stressed and anxious when I'm ill, but I also can't take the majority of medicines. So I will not be able to take anything to do with anything. So there we have those. And I was wondering about doing black thread all the way around it. But you know what's interesting? I think in this instance, I'm not sure I want black thread. But I am wondering about black splatters, because we all know I love to splatter all my projects. Because why not? And I did that on last week's full deck challenge. Black splatters were the one of the prompts, so that's quite good. Right, I'm wondering about here. See, this one's already coming off, so do we just want to put see the world on here just across the 8? I don't know what that's got to do with the 8, but then again, does it have to have anything to do with it, or can we just use it because it's coming off? And I don't want to waste it. I think across there would be better. So what I might do is I might put this on 3D foam, because I think that would work better. But I have to ask you, Jodi, is foam tape? I know it's not exactly a technique, and F is next week, so maybe not. But not next week, but soon. But yeah, that would have been interesting to put on there, because it would have meant adding dimension to a project. I don't know. Anyway, we will leave it at that, and I'll just do this. And then, yeah, I've decided I am going to add just tiny black splatters. I don't think I want it everywhere. And then I think we will be done, which is great, basically. So, okay. I suppose we could loosely link it by, you know, Phileas Fogg around the world in 80 days, is it? We do have an 8 on there, and it is all steampunky. Let me grab my paint and palette. Okay, so I'm just using some black acrylic paint on here, and as always, I know I say it every time, but sometimes there's new people watching. Before I use a fan brush, this is a small fan brush, I've got them in different sizes. These are what I like to use, and before I use it on my project, I like to, do you see how big that splatter was? That's not the size I want, so I always splatter it off on an extra little piece of paper, because to me, then it gives me the control of the size of splatter that I like. So that's what I do. Little tip if you are new. So guys, this is it. Let me bring it up. I'm hoping, I think because of the sun, it's not it's shining so much in real life, but I don't think you're getting to see it as beautifully as it is here. I love this. It has a steampunk feel. Do you know the one thing we didn't do? Let me check on the other side. We can do it actually. I wanted to add a couple of metal brads. My gosh, the sun is just gleaming through the window now. I'm not going to complain. It's been raining all day, so it's quite nice to have it coming through the window. And I think because things are nice in threes, I'm wondering about putting a brad maybe here. Maybe we just need to, or maybe up there. Down here. Let's do one down here. Let's just do it. Stop overthinking it. Okay, so let's grab some brads. I have ones in different sizes. I don't want them too big. Little tiny gold one there. Got a little square. Square might be fun. Got a little bright. That's that square again. Keep pointing out the same square. No, don't fall on there. Where is... Got my minis over here. Okay, let's have a look at some of the minis. Got pure gold, which will pick up some of the colour, but we've also got this kind of bronzy colour, and I'm just wondering, we've got one of those as well. So let's bring in one of those. Do we want it like there? Maybe this one. I'm trying to see what colours would work best where. Oh, do I have a black one? I know I do have some black ones. Yes, that's what I want. That can go there. And then we can have a larger gold one maybe down there. There's a lot of metallics on here. Right, I don't like that one there. So let's take out the tiny one. This black splatter isn't even dry yet. So this is fun. Maybe that's just too bright. No, it's fine actually. It's fine. Right, I now have to try and turn this over and do this when the splatter's not dry. Yay me! Oh well, it is possible, and it doesn't matter if some of the splatter is smudged because it adds to that overall grungy feel. So, steampunk grunge, love it. Okay, so now we're done. Really am hoping it's shining. Shine, shine. But look at all the detail. We've got the metallic thread, the black splatters, we've got the egg. So let's go through it all. We've got the embroidery floss, got 8. We've embossed in 2 different ways with an embossing folder and gilding flakes, as well as embossing glaze. And we've also got the egg on the vellum. And I like the fact, can I bring that up and you can you see still the lines of the index card through the egg? That kind of adds more texture onto the back. So that's it for today, guys. I'm really happy with how that one looks. I'm wondering what F will be, because even Jodi doesn't know until the day that she's ready to film, and then she spins to find out. So again, go check out Jodi's. I have a playlist on my channel as well of everything I've done so far. You've still got plenty of time to catch up. We're only on letter E, which is what, 5? Yeah, the 5th card, and they don't take that long at all, depending on the size you want to do your pieces. So yes, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, comment and share if you haven't already. I really deeply appreciate it. And until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of grungy, crafty fun. Bye for now.